now the turn of Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Earlier on, I used to call it the top of the table class, and it's a class between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Manga 11 currently dressed in red shorts and red socks, while Jeshwang City in red and white shorts. White shorts and white socks. Jeshwang City playing from our right to left, whilst Manga 11 playing from our left to right. You just joining us, we are coming to you live from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Noisy background as the supporters for Jeshwang City and Manga 11 are already on top of their voices. The drums and all the musical instruments are already on, and Jeshwang City, just as I said earlier on, in red and white shorts and white socks, whilst Manga 11 in red shorts and red socks, and Manga 11 currently on 7 points, Jeshwang City on 4, and earlier on the fixture between DK and Jarrington are already on 6 points. And now on the table, it is Manga 11 leading the chart. Second is Jarrington, third is Jeshwang City, and of course the two sides on the foot of the table is DK and Jeshwang, all Jeshwang around the area. Who is definitely going to win, it remains to be seen. And this afternoon in the 5 p.m. showdown, the central referee is Barham Cham, and Barham is ably and reliably assisted by John Mendy. Mohamed Suwane and Mariam Afal will now serve as the fourth assistant referee. There is already a player down, and Kemo Kanyi, we are struggling to hear ourselves anyway, but it's already a swift and a great battle between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Earlier on we used to say the top of the table class, but already Jeshwang City are already being leapfrogged from the second position and now dropped to third on the table, and currently Manga 11 is leading the chart. Second is Jarrington, third is Jeshwang City, and of course on the foot of the table already Jeshwang secure a victory here to possibly move to top of the table or second as far as the group is concerned, that is Group G.
Yes, if Manga 11 is able to Manga 11 rather is able to win this particular game, they will be confirmed the leaders of this particular group here, because the second to them is already on 6 points and with a game left to be played in the game. So if they win this, they will be going to 10th place, while their opponents, Jeshwang City, would also want to win this, and then when they win this particular game, they will also be having themselves that particular 7 points. So they will be head to head with their opponents here, because they are currently on 4, and then winning this particular game will give them 3 points, and then they will be moving to 7 points rather. So Manga 11 for them, they will want to win this as well to be confirmed as the winners of the group, while their opponents will also want to win this and then maintain their position on the second place, or either climbing to the fourth place, depending on the goal difference and also the standings that is being considered here by the sports committee. So, but as for now, the first game that we have watched here, we have seen one of their group teams, then Jarrington, trashing their opponents by 3 goals to 0. That is the DK United side here. So let's see if we are going to see a similar score line in this particular game and in this particular encounter as well. But solely it is going to be a very, very strong fight. Whatever the result will be at the end of the game, I believe that is going to be a very, very strong fight, because both these sides here are playing for a cause. The Manga 11 wouldn't want to lose. Apart, if they lose, they will surrender their position to their opponents. So that Jeshwang City as well wouldn't want to lose. If they lose, they will still be on 4 points. Now we will be occupying the third place at drift of the team that won here by 3 goals to Jarrington, and then while Manga 11 will still be on the fourth spot. But for Manga, they will want to confirm their win of the group from this particular game. If they win, yes, they will be confirmed as the group winners, while their opponents will be fighting to get themselves a qualification spot in this particular group. Yes, and then as for now, we have seen both sides have started the game very well at a very high note here. I mean that tells you that this particular game is a very important game to either of the sides. So you are playing against an opponent that will also want to be at the position that you are. So it is always going to be a very difficult task for both sides here. I mean we are expecting to see a very tightly contested affair between these two, and already in the initial part of it, or at the start of this particular game, at the very 5 minutes of this game, we have seen that being manifested by both sides here. The players that are in this particular game are all hungry for a victory at the end of this particular game, and then this is why we have seen in the first 5 minutes here, the game has been a very tough test for either of the sides here. The group leaders, that is Manga 11 United and then Jeshwang City. Before the game begins, it is Manga 11 that is currently leading this group on 7 points. Then they are closely monitored by Jeshwang, who are currently on 6 points after playing in the afternoon game and then beating their opponents here by 3 goals to nil. That is the DK United after the Dipakunda derby here, and then now the team that is currently occupying the third spot, that is the Jeshwang City side, are currently on 4 points, and then if they win this against their opponents, that is the Manga 11 side, they will be moving to that of 7 points, and then with that perhaps they may be leading the group here. They may be leading the group, or they will be they will still remain behind the Manga 11 side, but winning against this side, whichever team wins here will be climbing on top, because looking at the head-to-head difference between the two, you play against a team that beat you, of course, will be at a better standing than you when it comes to head-to-head comparison here. So for now, Manga 11 can settle for a draw and then still maintain their position on the first place, but what if they are able to win this, of course they will be confirmed as the group winners for this particular group. So let's see at the end of the day what these results will tell us, whether it will be going to the Manga 11's way, or are we going to see Jeshwang City pulling up a win against the group leaders here.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Interesting 5 p.m. showdown at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Noisy background. It is Jeshwang City. Wasted. In case you're just joining us, you are reminded that we're coming to you live from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium in the 5 p.m. showdown between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. And earlier on in the 3 p.m. game, it ended DK United nil, Jarrington Football Club 3. And of course, in the same group, it is now the turn of Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Manga 11 on 7 points leading the group. Second is Jarrington on 6 points. Jeshwang City on third now with 4 points. And on the foot of the table is DK United and Old Jeshwang. It will surely get you the starting 11 for both sides after the completion of that. But already the flag of the assistant referee is already up for a corner with the boys in red and white. Manga 11, a team from Latrikunda, Germany, against a side from Jeshwang City. And all the noise, cheers, claps and drums coming from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Of course, coming from the supporters of Jeshwang City and Manga 11. And at the background, we are struggling to hear ourselves. It's a decent one into the gloves of the netminder. In case you're just joining us, it is all coming to you live from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, live on LSTV1 at the cabin as usual. Parliament for the Kemo Kanye and Osman Kamara behind camera operations, the flag of the assistant referee. He's already up against Jeshwang. And Jeshwang City in this contest, starting with Alaji Juve in goal. Ibrahima Kamara team captain Usman Jaju, Mustafa Drame, Bubakar Toure, Omar Pabi Jame, Kejang Gomez, Bubakar Gumane, Abdullah Diba, Kennedy Bass and Sajo Baji completing the 11. And the team is under the watchful eyes of head coach Suleiman Bojang And Musa Njai as head and assistant coaches. Gumane trying to keep the ball in play. Unfortunately lost it. Manga 11, a team from Latrikunda, Germany, under the guidance of Serif Manga as head coach. And Serif is ably and reliably assisted by Zerom Gomez. Manga 11, starting with Ibrahim Adabo in goal. Tony Gomez, Zerom Manga, Per Sambo, Mohamed Ba, Ibrahim Andong, Bubakar Kamara, James Katipin Gomez, Osman Yang, Bekai Sankare and Albert Pereira completing the 11. It's a tussle and a nail-biting affair between these two sides. Manga 11 in red, Jeshwang City in red and white. It is now the turn of Manga 11, already on 7 points, already unbeaten. Both sides are unbeaten. Manga 11 unbeaten in 3 matches, whilst Jeshwang City unbeaten in 2 matches. This is the 3rd game for Jeshwang City and the 4th game for Manga 11. On the far side for Jeshwang City is Kejan Gomez. And they get something from that. Untimely interception by Per Sambo, one of the defenders for Manga 11. What a showdown, what a game and what a showdown between Manga 11 and Jeshwang City at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. It is indeed lively, live on LSTV1. Improved turnout at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. Of course, in the 3 p.m. showdown wasn't as improved as we are currently seeing at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. This is LSTV1 live around the area. Gumane heading it down. And that's a side netting. So close for Jeshwang City to find the back of the net in the very first moments. But unfortunately, Gumane could not hit the target. Central referee Barham Cham. John Mendy is one of the assistants. Mohamed Suwane and Mariama Fall, who was the central referee in the 3 p.m. showdown, is now serving as the 4th assistant referee. It's a throw in Gumane for Jeshwang City. It is currently 0-0. Jeshwang will hope to get a victory in this contest. Back to the custodian, Bubakar Toure, to the goalkeeper Alaji Diouf. Team captain Ibrahim Kamara, and the captain for Jeshwang City, currently enjoying possession in their own half, while we have key of the players for Manga 11 behind the ball. The score is currently on chain 0-0. Manga 11 on 7, Jeshwang City on 4. Jeshwang City drew against Old Jeshwang in the Jeshwang derby in the first game before getting the better of DK United in the second game. And in the 3rd game from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium is currently 0-0 against Manga 11. Manga 11 in their first outing. Was 2-0 against Zarrington. Albert Pereira scored a brace. In the second game was 1-0 against Old Jeshwang before playing a nail-biting 1-1 draw against DK. And Manga 11 on 7. Jeshwang City on 4. Jeshwang City drew against Old Jeshwang 1-1 in the first game before getting a victory over DK in the second game. And DK is one of the struggling sides in this group of Group G. And in this group, we're currently having Manga 11 leading the group on 7 points, Jarrington on 6 points, Jeshwang City on 4, DK on a point, Old Jeshwang on a point as well. It's a great contest from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium in the 5 p.m. showdown between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Both sides hoping to win it. That's a massive clearance from Kejang. Alaji Kamara, team captain, lost it, and Jeshwang will try to protect that. Kamara back to Kejang. Kejang going long. Jeshwang City will break once again. And the flag of the assistant referee is up against Bubakar Gumane. Already up against Bubakar Gumane, who believe that shouldn't have. Bubakar Gumane spreading it wide to the left back, who dribbled past one Jeshwang City, Abdullah Diba. Bubakar Gumane once again lost possession. It is now Manga 11 now. The boys from Latrikunda German. That's a slap on the face. Central referee Barham Cham has already given the opportunity. One of the youngest and finest referees in the country, Barham Cham. Central referee, calm, composed, and with fantastic decision makings around the area into the gloves of the netminder. Barham is the trusted central referee. And earlier on in the 3 p.m. showdown, we have seen Mariam Fall, who had a spectacular game in DK's 3-0 defeat to Jarrington. And in the 5 p.m. showdown now, it is Barham given the responsibility, and he is having the assistance of John Mendy Mohamed Suwane, and Mariam Fall is now serving as the 4th assistant referee. It was indeed a great game in this 3 p.m. showdown. The score is still unchanged. Jeshwang City 0, Manga 11 0. From the Serekunda West Mini Stadium is a long one. Jeshwang City will break. Kennedy Bass. That seems to be a slap on the face. And Kennedy penalized by the flag of the assistant referee on the other end. Jeshwang City in red and white, whilst Manga 11 in red colors. Jeshwang City on 4 points, Manga 11 on 7 points. 2 sides from the group will advance to the next stage. Jeshwang City defeated Blackpool in last year's knockout final before losing to Campbelltown in this year's Super Cup final. And the team is against the traveling boys from Latrikunda German. Noisy background from the Serekunda West. Jeshwang City against Manga 11. Who is winning it and who is going to lose it remains to be seen. Manga 11 on 7 points, leading the table. On the far side is Jeshwang City. Manga 11, great interchange of possessive display, that's a foul. On spot, central referee Barham Cham and team captain is currently down. We have to wait for the decision of the central referee Barham Cham, and now asking the players to stay out. Usman Jaju is receiving a warning from central referee Barham Cham. And Barham is the trusted central referee, one of the country's finest young referees. Cham Barham is a long one around the area, glancing header, and the goalkeeper a lot end up into the gloves of the netminder Alaji Chu for Jeshwang City. In case you're just joining us, Jeshwang started the contest with Alaji Chu in goal. Ibrahim Kamara is of course the team captain. Pabi, one of the finest players for Jeshwang City, and he has been the star player for Jeshwang. Omar Pabi Jame 10 for the boys in white and red. Osman Jaj to Abdullah Diba, getting it down, not a decent one. And the team captain
back on his feet. The central referee Barham Chamnot is interested. Bubakar Gumane trying to dribble past a group of players. It's Manga 11 in their half. Here is Sambu operating as the left wing back, not a decent one. That's a foul. That's a foul. And this is a fantastic game. A hard battling contest between Jeshwang and Manga 11. The winner takes all. Manga 11 hoping to win it and get the team to 10 points, while Jeshwang City will hope to secure maximum points, move to 7 points, and also hope to get a victory in the final game around the area. To the gloves of the netminder. Timely interception by Ibrahim Adabo in goal for Manga 11. Timely interception. What a showdown. Great 5 p.m. showdown between Manga 11 and Jeshwang City. And the winner will definitely have a great position on the table standing. Manga 11 with a victory will get to 10 points, and Jeshwang will get to 7 with a victory. And Jeshwang City are unbeaten, and equally Manga 11 unbeaten. Kemo Kanyi, probably a victory or a defeat for any of the sides here will definitely serve us the first very defeat as far as this year's Serekunda West Summer Nawettan is concerned, as both Jeshwang City and Manga 11 are unbeaten, and they will definitely want to secure maximum points to move the teams to either 7 or 10 points. A victory for Jeshwang will propel the team to 7 points, whilst Manga 11 with a victory will get the team to 10 points, and that will confirm their spot in the next space of this year's Serekunda West Summer Nawettan.
Yes, very well. Manga 11 remain unbeaten after 3 games, so they are now playing their 4th game in this year's Serekunda West Nawettan. So for their opponent playing 3, winning 2, and then drawing only 1. So and their opponents as well, who have played 2 games, with this one beat their 3rd game. They are yet to be beaten by any of the side. They drew 1 and will then win one of the previous 2 games that they have played now into their 3rd game. If they are able to win this, so that will be, for them also they will be going to the 7 points rather. So Manga 11, if they are able to at least get a draw here, that will confirm their spot, and then if they win, of course they will be confirmed as the winners of the group here, with a game remaining for all of the sides to be fighting for. But for them, this is the final group game for them, Manga 11, and then they are now on 7 points, and then if they draw here, if they collect a point here, that they will confirm as qualifiers to the next round, while they are looking to get themselves a winning spot in the group, and then that will be a very good advantage to them because they will be meeting the 2nd place winners from the other groups that will be meeting them, or in fact the 3rd place from the other group. So but it is going to be a very difficult chase, and already it has been that particular game here. This tells you that both sides have a very strong team, and then indeed we have seen that, because it is a game that has a very good tempo with regards to the intensity of the game here. It's more intense than the first game that we have with us here with the Dipakunda Derby. So these 2 here, none of them will want to lose this particular game, because knowing that we are the 2 best in the group so far, the 2 teams that are yet to concede a defeat in the group. So they are the teams that are currently taking on one another. They are currently playing against each other here. So let's see if Manga 11 will be able to maintain that unbeaten record, or are we going to see their opponent Jeshwang City maintaining the unbeaten record here. But whatever the game will settle for at the end of the regular time that we will play here, it is going to be a very massive game, and also only a highly intense affair between the 2 parties.
It's another attack around the area! And before that, the flag of the assistant referee is already up against Jeshwang City. That's a scare for Manga 11, but that wouldn't count as the flag of the assistant referee is already out. Kejang on the far side for Jeshwang City. Kejang operating on the right side of the defense, getting it down to Omar Pabi Jame, but the flag of the assistant referee is up. Kejang Gomez operating on the right side of the attack. Abdullah Diba on the left side. We have the defensive partnership of the team captain Ibrahim Kamara and Bubakar Toure as the trusted central defenders. For Jeshwang City, the custodian is Alaji Jouf. Alaji to the team captain Kamara Alaji. Ibrahim Arada. Jeshwang City enjoying possession in their half. Great combination around the center. Not for too long. It is Jeshwang once again. Not a very good control on the far side. Kejang Gomez getting it forward. Jeshwang City will try to break. Can they get something from this around the area? Another wasted opportunity, but already that's a clash between Bubakar Gumane and the goalkeeper Ibrahim Adabo for Manga 11. Jeshwang City continue to search. Continue to search for a breakthrough, but the score is currently 0-0. The goalkeeper is currently down receiving. That is the supporters of Jeshwang City on top of their voices. The fan base is magnificent. Jeshwang City, the supporters behind Jeshwang City are indeed on top of their voices. Behind every successful football club must be a successful and vibrant support base. And this is what Jeshwang City has. And on the opposite end is the supporters of Manga 11. The goalkeeper is currently back on his feet. The central referee Barham Cham any moment from now will give the green light for the central referee to deliver, or for the goalkeeper rather to deliver. Manga 11 dressed in red colors, while Jeshwang City in red and white colors. The score is still unchanged, and we believe a goal in this contest will definitely change the dynamics. If Jeshwang City is able to score first, this will solely serve as a wake-up call for Manga 11. And if Manga 11 should score, it's also going to serve as a wake-up call for Jeshwang City. Player Rasul, central referee on spot. Barham Cham is the central referee. John Mendes is assistant. Mohamed Suwane and Mariama Fall as the fourth assistant referee. Omar Pabi Jame trying to have his way out. Kejang Gomez spreading it further, and the flag is once again up. It's already up against Jeshwang City. Jeshwang desperately in need of a victory here. They'll want to get a victory and possibly have the chance to either move to second or fourth. A victory for Jeshwang. The team will either move to fourth or second, depending on the goal scored or depending on the goal advantage. Whilst a victory for Manga 11 will still maintain top spot. And earlier on, we have seen Jarintin defeated DK by 3-0, and Jarintin already on 6 points. DK remain on a point. Ibrahim Kamara, team captain, to deliver this for Jeshwang City. It is interesting on and off the pitch. More interesting, Gumane heading it down. Gumane penalized once again by the flag of the assistant referee. It's a throw in, quickly taken by Manga 11. Jeshwang City in their own half, that's a foul on Sports Central referee Barham Cham. Barham Cham is a trusted central referee. Jeshwang City desperately in need. They will definitely want to get a goal before lemon time, or else both sides will be going back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium and live on LSTV1 Parliament Fati. Kimo Kanyi, and behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. It is interesting on and off the pitch. Jeshwang City, it's going to be a chase. Can they at least get something from this? That's timely. Zero Manga, the central defender for Manga 11. It's going to be an opportunity. The custodian alert enough, just there in time to gather that ball with ease. He will definitely engage Kimo Kanyi shortly, but before that, it is still 0-0 in the 5 p.m. showdown. Earlier on in the 3 p.m. game, it ended Jarrington 3, DK United 0. And in the 5 p.m. showdown, it is currently 0-0. The side to score will have a commanding advantage. Jeshwang City against Manga 11 is the fixture. Omar Pabi Jame getting it down to Kejang Gomez. Kejang floats it forward, not a decent one. Team captain Ibrahim Kamara, that seems to be a foul, but central referee has waved in for a play on. That's an advantage, but that wouldn't count. Kemo is definitely an interesting game, and we believe a side to score here probably might hold on to the advantage before lemon time, but we believe if there is no goal also, they will be heading back into the dressing room for some halftime team talks to come back stronger into the second half. But currently, so far so good. It is nail-biting though, but unfortunately both sides can't find the back of the net in the majority of the minutes played in the first half.
Just a thrilling showdown between the two. These are the two teams that are yet to test defeat in this particular group here. With the group leaders, that is the Manga 11 side, they are currently on 8 points as the standing currently dictates in this particular game. So while their opponents currently stands on 5 points because it is currently on a 0-0 score line. But the fight has been there. The intention here is also very clear here. Both sides will want to win this particular game because without winning, you may not be able to get yourself a place that you want in the group, or you may not be able to get yourself qualified with regards to that of the two teams in Manga 11 and that of the Jeshwang City side. So Jeshwang City have a bigger job to do here because but they are fighting. They are also giving that energy in the game that yes, we want to win this and then go home with the maximum 3 points. And then if they are able to collect the maximum 3 points here, of course they will be on the same points with the leaders here, Manga 11, but on a head-to-head, difference, they will be leading the group, Jeshwang City, while they will also have a game in hand that they will need to play, because this is the final game for Manga 11 side, while for the Jeshwang City side, they are currently playing their third game in the league, and winning this particular game will be a very, very important game will be a very, very important result for them, because they will be yearning to take the to win this group if they are able to win this particular contest here. So that is the fight here, but the fight has been very, very strong. It is a very, very tightly contested affair between these two sides in Manga 11 and Jeshwang City side.
Thank you very much, Kimokani. Interesting. And that's a yellow card. We have to confirm. Bubakar Kamara into the box of the central referee, Barham Cham. Barham Cham is the central referee, ably and reliably assisted by John Mendy, Mohamed Suwane, and Mariam Afal, the fourth assistant referee. Interesting second fixture. It is Jeshwang City nil, Manga 11 nil at the Serekunda Westminster Stadium. What a showdown. And earlier on, Jarrington got the better of DK by 3 goals to nil. And currently in Group G, Manga 11 leading the table with 7 points. Jarrington on 6. Jeshwang City on 4. DK and Old Jeshwang on 1 point each. It's a set piece. Sergio Baji float start around the area, heading it down, and already the flag is up. Time is getting older in the first half, as we have already played 36 minutes in the first period between Jeshwang City and Manga 11, and after 36 minutes in the first period, nothing separating the two. Great combination. Osman Jajo holding the play for Jeshwang City. Omar Pabi Chame, the flag of the assistant referee, stayed down. Osman Jajo to Kejang. Kejang Gomez lost it. Trying to use his pace against his marker. Manga 11 getting the ball on the far side. It's a throw in for Jeshwang City. It's a throw in for Manga 11 rather. And the communication between the central referee and the fourth assistant referee. It's going to be 3 minutes of additional time in the first half. And seemingly we have exhausted the 40 minutes of the first period around the area. That was probably a penalty shout, but the central referee Barham Cham waved against the player. And Barham Cham will surely try to attend to the player first before giving any green light to the medics to come to his rescue. I think probably that's going to be a change on the minutes to be added on, and Barham will surely recommunicate. Barham will communicate because they're currently having communication device. Barham Cham, the central referee. Mariam Afal, the fourth assistant referee. Of course, they will be in communication. They will be in communication. We have to wait for the amount of minutes or the number of minutes to be added on. And seemingly it's going to be a minute to be added on. 0-0 is the score. Is that a foul? Yes, given against Jeshwang City. Time running out. Kemo, seemingly we will be going back into the dressing room with a 0-0 score line. Unless if Jeshwang City and Manga 11 is able to pull a last minute goal as far as the first half is concerned, or else we'll be heading back into the dressing room with a 0-0 scoreline. Half-time team talks, and both sides will be coming stronger for another fantastic second half.
Yes, very well. We are currently heading towards the exhaustion of the first 40 minutes here, plus then the additional time of 3 minutes will also be played here. So both sides will be now relying on that particular additional time to be able to get themselves a goal before the final whistle is gone for the ending of the first half, and then shortly we are going to see. The additional time being raised here. Additional time that is being added here. So in 60 seconds, both sides will be able to at least be able to know whether they are going to the dressing room with the stalemate, or are they going to get themselves to anything? Are they going to get themselves any desired result, or they will be going home? They will be going to the dressing room rather with a nil-nil scoreline. But it has been a strong fight. If the first half has to end like this, it's a fair result for both sides, because both sides have been pushing very well since the start of the game. They have given that energy to the game, and also the ambition to win the game or taking the lead here, and also as defending against their opponents has been done extremely well for either of the sides here. So I believe the draw here will be a fair result for both sides.
Is an opportunity for Manga 11 Western. Any moment from now, probably that might be the final action of the first half. And there we go. It's halftime. Halftime from the Serekunda Westminster Stadium. Halftime between Jeshwang City and Manga 11, and nothing separating the two. The first half has just ended. Jeshwang City nil, Manga 11 nil. This is where we're going to have 15 minutes of rest, and we'll be back for the continuation of the live commentary. It has been Palamin Fati at the cabin, Kemo Kanye, and behind camera operations as usual for LSTV is Osman Kamara. Until then, do join us in the next 15 for the continuation. Welcome back to the Serekunda West Mini Stadium for the second half and the final half between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. It is the second and final half. 0-0 is the score, and both sides will hope to end it in the second period. It is currently 0-0. Manga 11 will now be playing from our right to left, while Jeshwang City from our left to right from our cabin. Bubakar Gumane getting the ball forward for the boys in white. The boys in white and red. Jeshwang City is an opportunity for Jeshwang. Flute that. Block in there decently by Manga 11, and it's going to be the corner. And it's a corner on the first corner of the second period. It's a corner for Jeshwang City. Sajo Baji to deliver. Sajo Baji to deliver. It's a crowded penalty area for Manga 11, who are currently on 7 points, while Jeshwang City on 4. And Jeshwang with a victory will propel the team around the area. Cross comes in. Is that going to be blocked in there once again by the goalkeeper? That's a foul. And the goalkeeper spilled that. And that should have been the opening goal for Jeshwang City. But the goalkeeper, Alan Enough, was able to make his amends. That was going to be a howler. And we have already seen the goalkeeper spill the beans over around the area. But unfortunately, the player wasn't just there in time as the goalkeeper dived in to block in that ball for the second time. Very close, but unfortunately, Jeshwang City could not at least convert that.
Yes, I think the goalkeeper was lucky that the Jeshwang City player arrives to that ball lately. Otherwise, it would have been a 1-0 lead to the Jeshwang City side in this particular game. But nonetheless, these are mistakes that will always come your way as a player, and then whatever that you do, and then these are the kind of things that will sometimes lead to a goal for the opponent side. But I mean, they are to the rescue of the game as they are to the rescue here. The Manga 11 side. So the game resumes here, and then the fight will continue in the entire second half. That is our expectation, and that this is what we have seen the game again. As soon the game starts, you see that fighting spirit in both of the sides here in this particular game. The first half started like this. It was a very, very highly composed game and a highly tense game, and also it has been a very, very closely tight affair between the two sides here, because none of the sides will want to make a mistake or will want to make a mistake for the opponents to capitalize on and then punish them with that. We have seen that from the onset and then coming into the second half as well. So this is the commitment that we have seen from either of the sides here. They have renewed that yes, we want to win this particular game irrespective of what. If you are not able to win this, but I mean we can settle for a draw. I believe a draw with this both sides here will be will be okay with a draw into this particular contest. That will be better than them losing this particular game here at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium. But it has been a great start for either of the side, especially for that of the Jeshwang City, who already have a scary moment in the part of their opponents here.
Thank you very much, Kimukan. To the second period, second half and final half between Jeshwang City and Manga 11 in the ongoing Serekunda West Summer Nawettan is Group G class. It's a class between the sides. It's a long one. Bubakar Gumane heading it down but never troubled the custodian. It is indeed interesting on and off the pitch. The supporters of Jeshwang City have been magnificent, and equally the supporters of Manga 11. It's an attack, and on the far side, Jeshwang City getting the ball down. Goal kick to the boys in red and white. And Jeshwang City now playing from our left to right from our cabin. Whilst Manga 11 taking from our right to left from our cabin. And in case you're just joining us, this is from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium in the 2025 Soma Nawettan. Who is going to win it this season? Last season the league won by Campbelltown and the knockout won by Jeshwang City against Blackpool. It's Jeshwang City now looking for options. Can they find the back of the net from this distance? Not a very good combination this time. Interesting on and off the pitch. The supporters of Jeshwang City and the supporters of Manga 11 have been fantastic. Spreading it wide, Jeshwang. All been headed down. Usman Sise, or Usman to Kejang. Trying to get a back heel, getting it down to Kejang, around the edge. That's a magnificent save from the netminder. The supporters of Jeshwang City are indeed electric. We're currently having two of the players down, and one for Jeshwang and the other for Manga 11. An interesting first half and also a fantastic second half for Manga 11 and Jeshwang City. The only missing thing is the goal or goals coming from either side. Jeshwang City on 4, Manga 11 on 7, Jarrington on 6, DK and Old Jeshwang on a point. And 2 out of the 5 teams will progress to the next phase. Which of the sides will book a place to the next stage of the ongoing Serekunda West Soma Nawettan remains to be seen. Is it going to be Manga 11, Jarrington, Jeshwang City, DK United, or Jeshwang or Old Jeshwang? The chances of the Old Jeshwang and DK United is already up. And we will surely engage Mokanyi. 3 of or 2 out of the 3 will book a place. The qualification is now between Jarrington, Jeshwang City and Manga 11. And the last game between DK and Old Jeshwang will determine which of the sides will crash out anywhere around the area. To the club, Codley, another opportunity. All been headed down. Opportunity for Jeshwang City, Gumane into the gloves of the netminder. The goalkeeper seems not to be as comfortable as we expected. Currently down, and Kemo, the qualification is definitely heating up. As currently the qualification is between the 3 sides. Manga 11, Jarrington FC and DK. Already one thing is confirmed. Is that DK and Old Jeshwang will now be battling for life to retain themselves in the Nawettan proper. And one thing is for sure, one of the 2 will surely kiss bye to the competition and probably next season will be coming through the playoffs. But currently the promotion or getting to the next phase of the competition is between the two sides of Jeshwang City, Manga 11 and Jarrington, and already it's a tough battle. Manga 11 leading with 7 points, Jarrington with 6 points, and Jeshwang City on 4.
Yes, Pa, you have earlier stated. I mean, one of the sides here one of the sides in the previous game that we have watched. That is for the DK United side here, and old Jeshwang will find themselves already find themselves at a very funny position in the table standing. But while that of the Jarrington FC side are currently on 6 points, and then the Jeshwang City side are currently on 4 points before this particular game started, and while their opponent Manga 11 stands on 7 points before the game, and then currently they are on a 0-0 score line after a hard-fought first half. Then coming into the second half here, as the play resumes, I mean, the fight continues, and also the zeal and also the intention to win this particular game continues here, because both sides will want to win. But a draw will be okay for that of the Manga 11 side, while a draw could also be okay for the Jeshwang City side, and then fight for the final game. But Manga 11 is the final game that they will be playing in the group stages this season, and then already if they get a draw here, they will be qualifying to the next round. But that depends also, their positioning also depends on the other results that Jeshwang City will be having in their final game, and so as that of the Jarrington side also will be having in their final game. So that will be a very huge task for either of the side, that is the Jarrington FC side and that of the Jeshwang City, to actually make their way to the final round. But for the other side, that is the Manga 11 side, if they are able to win this, they will be confirmed as the group leaders, while if their opponent also Jeshwang City also wins this, they will be climbing on top here with a game in hand to be played here. So that alone will give them a very good standing in going into the final game. So let's see whether Jeshwang City will be able to win this, but if they do, that will be a very good stand for them ahead of the final group game. But Manga 11 will need a point here to solely get themselves a qualifier into the next round.
Thank you very much, Kimo Kanyi. It is indeed getting better and better for both sides. The flag stay down. Cross comes in. Timely interception by the central defender. Jeshwang City looking for options. Gumane. Bobakar Gumane trying to get it down. Another opportunity into the gloves of the netminder. It is getting interesting. Mariama Fall, the fourth assistant referee, will have a word with the central referee Barham Cham. In case you're just joining us, all the noise from the background is coming to you from the Serekunda West Mini Stadium in the lively game between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Earlier on in the 3 p.m. showdown of the same group, it ended Jarrington 3, DK City or DK United 0. Is a throw in for Jeshwang City. Last year's knockout champions and this year's Super Cup runners-up. It's a throw in and Kejang Gomez will deliver. Who is operating on the right side of the defense. Glancing header, spreading it wide to Sergio Pache. Sergio floats that ball around the area, and already that's a push on the player by Bobakar Gumane. Boubacar Goumane penalized. Time probably might be running out for both sides. Which of these sides will secure maximum points remains to be seen. The qualification is between three teams. Manga 11, Jarrington Football Club and Jeshwang City. Manga 11 on 7 points, Jarrington on 6 points. This time it's going to be an opportunity. Can they find the back of the net from this distance? Over the crossbar. They cannot just believe it. And Jeshwang City had all the opportunities, and Sergio Pache fired over the crossbar. That was a huge opportunity, and of course a relief for Manga 11. It's a corner. And any moment from now, it's going to be a substitution for Jeshwang City around the area. Another opportunity, and the goalkeeper nearly spilled that once again. The goalkeeper needs to be cautious. He should be as cautious as possible. Jeshwang City continue to surge, and they, of course, being the most impressive side since the commencement of the second period, crafting numerous goal-scoring opportunities, but failed to convert any of them. Substitution. Kennedy Bass is taking off. Another substitution, but this time it is Manga 11. Tony Gomez is out and being replaced. It's a long one. It's a set piece. Jeshwang City will rely on Kejan Gomez. Omar Pabi Jame will deliver. Floats that. He was going to get the goalkeeper unaware. The supporters of Jeshwang City having a fantastic support behind their boys. And equally Manga 11 having another fantastic support base. They are in sort of support. Jeshwang City, Manga 11. And this crucial and lively game. Manga 11 on the attack now. Jeshwang City getting some defensive duties. Both sides desperately in need of a goal here. Who is going to win it? Omar Pabi Jame soldiers forward. Looking for options. Fantastic player. Getting it down. Regain possession once again for Jeshwang City. Great combination from the boys of Jeshwang. Not a very good combination this time around. Kejan Gomez getting it further. Omar Pabi Jame. Dribble pass one, looking for more. Getting it down. Once again, Omar Pabi spreading it wide. Jeshwang City. From the right to the left. Jeshwang looking for some penetration. It's going to be a chase now to the opposite side. That wasn't a very comfortable pass from the central defender to the custodian. But Ibrahima or Alaji Ju to the rescue of Jeshwang City. It is indeed a lively moment at the Serekunda Westminster Stadium, and the game is live on LSTV1 at the cabin Parliament Party. Kemo Kanye behind camera operations is Osman Kamara. Barham Cham is the central referee. John Mendy is one of the assistants. Mohamed Suwane and Mariama Fall is the fourth assistant referee. Earlier on in the 3 p.m. showdown, it ended Darrington 3, DK United 0. And in that crucial and lively game, the central referee was Mariama Cham, or Mariama Fall rather. Barham the fourth referee, Mohamed Suwane and John Mendy serving as the fourth assistant referee, or the assistant referees. That's a yellow card. That's a yellow card for team captain Ibrahim Kamara. Omar Pabi Jame is currently having a discussion with central referee Barham Cham. Can't confirm what's the discussion about. Well, anyway, that seems to be a final warning to him. And it's a set piece to the boys in red, Manga 11, caught out by Jeshwang. Another effort around the edge of the 18. Looking for options. It is Manga 11 now, who floats that ball around the area. Danger still not averted. Jeshwang City continue to search and looking for a breakthrough. It's still danger not averted, chipping it forward. A great combination around the area. Once again the flag is up. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for both sides to win it. Kemo, it is getting more and more interesting. Around the area, Gumane missed it. What an opportunity. Omar Pabi Jame once again. This time wouldn't trouble the netminder into his gloves. Time running out, Kemo. And probably we might definitely have a goal. We might definitely have a goal, and it can either come either ways, either from Jeshwang City or DK or Manga 11. Both sides currently walking up their socks in search for a breakthrough, but currently it is still 0-0.
Yes, very well. I mean, the fight still continues here between the two sides, and then they would want to win this because that is what they will welcome, either settle for a draw or a win in this particular contest, especially for that of the Jeshwang City City side. If they also win this, of course, they will be confirmed as well, because already, I mean, two of these sides that are left with a game to be played in from this particular ground here. I mean, but they have two more games, because some have played 2 games, or some have played 2 games already, and then for the old Jeshwang side, they will have two games to be played before their competition for this particular league is over. So let's see what happens here between these two first, and then we will be able to know which of the sides here is going home with the maximum 3 point, or are we going to see them sharing spoils in order, as we have seen them done in one of their games, because I mean they drew at least one of their games and then win 2, and then while the other one win 1 respectively for that of the Manga 11 side and that of the Jeshwang City side. So the fight still continues. Both Jeshwang and Manga 11 want to win this particular game, but it has been a very, very difficult encounter throughout this particular.
Manga 11 is taking off Albert Pereira, and earlier on we have seen Jeshwang City introducing Karamo Marong, and it was Karamo Marong who scored the only goal in the 1-0 victory over DK around the edge of the 18. This is Manga 11 trying to get some penetrations. Clearance partly done. That's going to be a discussion between the two players. And Barham is currently having a word with the central defender Zero Manga, and already sorted out, and Kejang will deliver. Time running out for both sides. And looking at the sides, it is currently Jeshwang 0, Manga 11 0. 27 minutes unofficial in the second half. There is still time. There is still time for Jeshwang and Manga 11 to get something from this around the edge of the 18, and already the flag of the assistant referee is up. Zerom with the delivery, long one. It's going to be an attack on the far side. That's a foul, and it's going to be a card. That's a card. That's a card already for Abdullah Diba. Abdullah Diba to the book of the central referee. Barham is the central referee. John Mendy is one of the assistants. Mohamed Suare, or Suwane rather, and Mariama Fall, the fourth assistant referee. What a showdown. What a clash between Jeshwang City and Manga 11. Earlier on it used to be, or we used to be, the top of the table class. But currently Jeshwang City on third. Jeshwang City on third. Manga 11 on 7 leading the table. Second is Jarrington, who defeated DK by 3 goals to 0. A victory for Jeshwang will propel the team to 7 points. A point here will get the team to 5 points. And a point for Manga 11 will get them to 8 points. And they will still maintain their spot on top of the table in Group J. It is Manga 11. Float that ball around the area. That's a foul. Manga 11 is introducing a central defender though. He's a central defender probably they might be protecting this 1-0 advantage. Kemo, if they can't win it, they will definitely be content with a point, because with a point here, they will still maintain the top spot on 8 points, Manga 11. And currently, the player coming in is a defensive player.
Yes, very well. They will want to protect a point if they are not able to get themselves a win here, Manga 11, while their opponents will be fighting tooth and nail to at least secure the maximum 3 points. If they fail to do so, they can also settle for a point into this Jeshwang City. So let's see, but a draw also for Jeshwang City wouldn't be a bad result for them, knowing that they will be playing another game that can also give them an edge over the other teams that are in the group with them to get themselves qualified to the next phase of the competition. But the fight still is very much hard. I mean, it has been a very good fight. Looking at the setting of the ball game, when they are attacking, you can see that they will be attacking with intensity. But I mean, always the final third is always the challenge for both sides here. So, but we have seen so much talent here so far into this particular game alone, and then that tells you that yes, I mean, if we have to call for a football, then there are people who can really, I mean, do well and then get their way to the divisional footballs and eventually finding themselves to the international football if luck is on their side. So, but the talent here that we have already spotted here has been huge, and then the competition here between the two sides is also a massive one since the start of the game, and then coming into this latter part of the game here already. We have played, I mean, 31 minutes here into this particular game. So we are left with, I mean, 8 minutes plus any other time that will be added by the officials of the game for any of the sides here to be able to break the deadlock, or if it fails to separate the two sides, then they will be sharing the spoils here at the end of the day.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Time running out for both sides. But currently, Kemo, let's look at the statistics here, because looking at this team here, a point for Manga 11 will confirm their next spot. They will confirm the next spot for them, because this is their last game, and then we have a game to play for Jeshwang City, between Jeshwang City and Jarrington. And Jeshwang City and Jarrington, one thing will happen: either a victory for Jeshwang, a victory for Jarrington, or they will share the spoils. And one, if Jeshwang City is able to pick maximum points, they're going to advance to the next stage. And if Jarrington wins, they're going to advance, and equally Manga 11 will advance. So now the battle is between, if Jeshwang City is able to pick a point here, the battle in the last game will now be in the final game between Jeshwang City and Jarrington, whilst Manga 11 has already exhausted their matches, and they will still maintain top spot with 8 points.
Yes, very well. That will be a very difficult game for both Jeshwang City and Jarrington FC. If the game had to end like this, Jeshwang City will be on 5 points, while their opponents that they will be facing next will be Jarrington, and then already on 6 points. So you will see that they will be meeting one of the sides here. If one of the sides there wins, then that particular side will be fighting perhaps for the the fourth spot. But if Manga 11 happens to win that particular game, they will be moving to 8 points. It will be equal with this particular, with this particular Manga 11 side. We are speaking about the current standing of the game. So if Jarrington happens to win that particular game, of course they will be leading the table will be moving to 9 points. So the the Manga 11 will remain at 8 points, while they have already exhausted their points, and the other team, that is Jeshwang City, remains on 5. So it is going to be a very difficult encounter in the last game that will be played between the two sides in Jeshwang City and that of the Jarrington side. If the game ends like this, they will be on 5 points, Jeshwang City, while their next opponent will be on 6 points before the game will kickstart. So it is going to be an interesting group and an interesting final day for Jeshwang City and Jarrington Park.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. Time running out. 34 minutes on the clock. as per the second half. 34 minutes unofficial on our clock as per the second half is concerned. Barham Cham, the central referee, ably and reliably assisted by John Mendy, Mohamed Suwane and Mariama Fall, the fourth referee. It is Manga 11, and it's a throw in for Manga 11, who with a point here will advance to the next stage, irrespective of what happens in the final game between Jeshwang City and Jarrington. And Jeshwang City will face Jarrington in the last game, whilst DK will battle it out against Old Jeshwang for their lives in the Serekunda West Soma Nawettan. And one thing is for sure, it is either DK or Old Jeshwang to kiss bye to the competition. And if they want to play next season in the Nawettan, they have to come through the playoffs. But currently, the score is unchanged, 0-0. That wasn't a great one from one of the new entrants for Manga 11. Time running out. Jeshwang City needs to score. Manga 11 also will want to score, or else it's going to be share of the spoils. On the far side, Jeshwang City spreading it wide, looking for an opener in the 1-0 victory over DK. It was a late goal that sealed it for Jeshwang City. Calling in for a handball, but the central referee Barham isn't interested. Ball been chested down. Great combination. It is now Manga 11 spreading it wide. Tricky and pacey player. Pressure upon pressure. From the technical bench to the players infield around the area is an opportunity, Joshua. And equally we believe those monitoring their matches live on LSTV1 must also be feeling the same heat. It is Kejang. The ball is still in play. Kejang now getting it forward. Jeshwang will deliver for Jeshwang City. Floats that ball. Manga 11 getting it down. It's going to be a chase. He's going to use his pace against his marker, looking for options, trying to get the goalkeeper from distance. That's a foul. That's a goal kick. It's a furious technical area. There is currently discussion between the central referee and one of the technical members for Jeshwang City. There is that discussion, and the fourth assistant referee, Mariama Fall, has already given his final warning. Her final warning probably is a strong header. Kejang. Is it back on his feet? Or anyway, it's an opportunity for Jeshwang City. Looking for a breakthrough, spreading it further. Can they get something from this? Saved by the goalkeeper. It has been a fantastic game right from the word go. Looking for options, calling in for handball. It is Jeshwang City over the crossbar. It is indeed. We believe 3 minutes will be added on. The goalkeeper is down, and Kemo seemingly is 4 minutes added on. 4 minutes added on, and 4 minutes for Jeshwang and Manga 11 to score, else is going to be served the spoils.
Yes, now I mean it is under 4 minutes here for either of the sides to at least score a goal here without them breaking the deadlock into this final moments here. They will be selling the spoils into this particular game because the game is already left with 4 minutes now before the final whistle will be blown here. So let's see what happens whether Jeshwang City or that of their opponents 11 will be able to score at least a goal. Manga 11 side, as you are currently seeing on the screens, they are also sharing that maximum support and deliver to the players so that they will be able to deliver to their expectation. Already, if the game ends like this for them, they will be making their way to the final round. It will be confirmed, but one thing is not confirmed is that whether they will be able to, make the top spot of the group here, but for them now they will be confirmed as qualifiers to the next phase of the competition, while Jeshwang City will need to fight again will need to continue their fight in the group against their opponents that will be played in the final, that they will play the final game with, that is Jarrington side here at the Serekunda West the stadium here. So let's see what this final minutes here will entail as the game proceeds near the end. We are now into the second minute of the additional time here almost. We will soon be left with 2 minutes to be played here before the final whistle is gone past. 2 minutes for either of the sides to at least break the deadlock here or share the spoils.
To the final moments. Earlier on, 3 minutes added on. Not a decent one from the goalkeeper. Manga 11 in their own half. Trying to wind down the clock here. And the final touch on who is a throw in from Manga 11. Proceedings here currently in topic time. Manga 11 nil, Jeshwang City nil is the score. Are we going to have a late goal? And if any of the sides to score here, will solely end the proceedings. Manga 11 will wind down the clock. Currently, a point is enough for them to sail to the next stage of the competition. Manga 11 with a point here will definitely move to the next stage of the Serekunda West Nawettan around the area. It's Manga 11 once again. And the final and a point in that game for any of the sides will definitely see Jarrington booking a place to the next phase. Any moment from now, Manga 11 will wind down the clock. A point is enough for them. A point is enough for Manga 11. Full time. Or is it full time? Not yet full time anyway. The central referee is urging the medics to come to his rescue. It's not yet full time though. But any moment from now, central referee Barham Cham will end the proceedings. I think he's only waiting for the player to be supported by the medics, and he will end the proceedings. 3 minutes added on. Manga 11 with a point will sail to the next stage. Jeshwang City have to wait, or will have to wait
until their next game against Jarrington to have the chance of advancing to the next stage of the ongoing Serekunda West Summer Nawettan. And with a point here, Jeshwang City will be on 5 points, Jarrington on 6. A victory for Jeshwang will get the team to the next stage. Victory for Jarrington will be enough for Jarrington. A point in that contest will get Jarrington to the next stage. This is where we're going to wrap it up. Of course, at the Serekunda West Mini Stadium, it has been Parliament Party. Kemo Kanya at the cabin, and behind camera operations for LSTV's Osman Kamara. Until then, bye-bye till we come your way again.